This is Kyle. Kyle doesn't like junk food. Kyle doesn't do drugs. Kyle likes to work out. Do some good shit.
Ammannomics.com presents MSM's coverage of the 2024 Arnold MSM 10. So have said Matt Ammann is a good friend of my buddy right here, the Barbarian Hak, with the official Olympia game. What's up, Barbarian?
How you doing, my brother? How's it going? How you enjoy it going?
I enjoy it as always. It's been a great weekend. We're here in Olympia. Expo is getting ready to shut down in about an hour. How did you guys do over at the Olympia booth?
Oh, the Olympia booth was good. I personally wasn't there all day. We had a meet and greet there for me, for my following, and my schedule was so crazy, bro. I just finished interviewing Chris Bumstead, so I went from interviewing him to now you interviewing me. Earlier this morning, Generation Iron Latino interviewed me, so we actually did it all in Spanish. So whenever they dropped that, they dropped that. So it was crazy. The booth did great. As far as what I had to do, I did amazing just because it's a normal thing. You know, you and I, we personally know all of these people, right?
Yeah.
And we have those relationships that are just, you can't pay for when you have that type of relationship with people.
Yeah.
You know, you gravitate just like you. This is now, what, 4 years now? This is our 4th year anniversary.
Of you and I doing interviews and stuff. You were with Mark. With
TigerFitnessCom.com. So for those of you who are watching, who may not know who I am, I'm a professional bodybuilder, head judge. I judge the mat. I'm also strength and conditioning coach. I'm media and press for Olympia Gear. And he's interviewed me, I would say 4 or 5 years straight at the Arnold. And so we're making this an anniversary. So when am I going to see you next year?
At the Arnold.
Let's do it.
We'll see you at the Olympia first.
Yeah. So we'll do one again. How did you like the show last night?
I thought it went the way it should have went. I had no problem with the judging 1, 2, and 3, and the other guys, they all look good. It could have gone either way, 4, 5, and 6. But I thought Hardy came in tight and he looked better than Sampson. What about you?
Yeah, he closed the gap. He came in better in finals, and I think that's what really edged it. This was the best Hardy I've seen.
Yes.
Some of the poses, you know, you could say could be flip-flopped. But from what I could tell, it was a clear-cut winner after finals, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was he maintained his conditioning over that 24-hour period on the prejudging and then last night. And they had them out like 4 or 5 times last night. So they went through a lot of posing, and he just stayed tight the whole time.
Right. You know, when it's that close, when it's that close, it comes down to who really wants it. And sometimes there may be a tie, and they're looking for who's going to fade. Because in order for you to be number one, you can't fade.
And speaking about not being able, not fading, I guess what maybe some people might not realize that you're a vegan. Guys, when they eat a hell of a lot of red meat and stuff like that. So how do you, as a vegan, able to get this type of size and conditioning with that diet?
Okay, so when it comes to the size, I typically eat, at my lowest is 6 meals. At the highest, I can go anywhere from 10 to 12, and the portion size gets so big. Well, remember, when I started actually really bodybuilding, the stage weight was 130. So when I won my first pro card, I was 135. And over the years, it took me about 8.5, almost 9 years to be able to put 30 pounds of stage weight. So it's not fast for us, but it's steady. And once you get it, you get it. I've noticed over the years, because of the way I train, that gives the graininess and the muscle maturity. Because I could weigh the same for like 2 or 3 years straight. But I will tell you this, every time the detail and the quality is better. Plus, you got to remember plant-based proteins digest faster. So you also got to remember it sounds like a lot, right? But imagine you're eating every 2 hours because you're hungry. And not like everybody else eating every 2 hours and they're not.
They're forcing it down, whereas with your type of meals, like I said, your body is looking for it, right?
Correct. And that's the reason why sometimes if the meal portion size goes to be too big, I have to split it up into maybe 10 meals or 8 meals, something like that. Because I can only take but so much. I take passion in having a small attention, and I take my posing into consideration. So I love to vacuum and I love to keep a really tight pace. You know, I'm not, when it comes to weight, I'm not going to step on stage at 200 to 300 pounds, right? I get a bit of weight by 168 pounds my last year. So I say that to say this, physically I'm not the biggest guy, but I play to my strength. My strength is coming in peeled, coming in diced, shredded, striated glutes. I'm not afraid to suffer in order to get that last little bit off. When it comes to getting really peeled, anybody can get peeled, whether they eat a meat or not. It's really how much do you want. How much do you want? It's always about the mindset of, people always going to tell you, oh, you can't get lean, or you can't do this, you can't do that. We don't live with other people. There's only one you. Everybody else is taking it, so you might as well make some.
That's a good way of putting it, man. You want to plug Olympia, yeah, plug your own stuff. You got a great look with the hair and all of that, the whole Barbarian. It's a whole good way of marketing yourself. So plug away, bro. How can they find you out there?
Social media platforms, including Instagram, it's Barbarian, Barbarian, Barbarian Hak, on all social media platforms. I also am, my next move is actually going to be March, I want to say March 16th and 17th, or it's March 15th through the 18th. I'll be at Daytona Beach, not too far from Sanford. I'll be in Deltona for Matt. Matt's got me coming out doing a meet and greet, but also doing a posing clinic, be able to get back to the industry, let them know how to pose. So if you guys want to come out and come see us, I'll definitely be at that meet and greet and that posing.
Barbarian Hak, right here, back with 2024 Arnold Expo.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And I got to do it one time for the one time. Dr. IAP 13, top of the morning, top of the afternoon. We the biggest. We are not the same.
Top that. We're out.